Bienvenidos a otro podcast de esta noche. Aquí estoy muy bendecida de tener a dos invitadas especiales que por primera vez están en nuestro podcast y pues vamos a empezar. Así que les voy a introducir aquí primeramente con Liz, que ella nos diga un poco para que más o menos quebramos el hielo, que nos diga qué hace ahorita en la iglesia donde asistimos y qué es su favorito hobby o qué le gusta hacer en su tiempo extra.
So, me llamo Liz. At church, I am involved in a couple ministries. So, in Surge, I'm a youth leader. Wow. And I'm also in Pulse, of course, with the young adults. And then I'm also in media team. So, we do cameras, we work the live, that sort of thing.
It's like you're kind of doing, I guess you're multitasking en diferentes áreas, porque imagínate a tu edad y ya estás haciendo muchas diferentes cosas. Time management, ¿verdad?
Time management, for sure.
Vamos a hablar de eso más después en el podcast. ¿Y qué es I guess, tienes un favorite hobby o?
Yes, I love reading on my free time. I like escaping, I guess, the real world and like imagining the way things are in books. I really like reading thrillers.
Oh, wow.
So getting your heart pumping, it's very, I love reading all things for sure.
Wow.
I wish that could be me.
All right. Y de allí tenemos también a Kyra. Un aplauso para Kyra. ¡Yay! Que primeramente está aquí por primera vez también. Y Kyra, ¿qué es algo que estás haciendo ahorita en la iglesia donde asistimos y qué es tu favorito hobby?
Ok, hola, me llamo Kyra. Yo ahorita estoy de líder de alabanza. I am a worship leader at Frater y soy miembro de Pulse. I am a member at Pulse, and on my free time, I like to write music. That's been one of my favorite hobbies so far, is writing music, being guided by God.
That's amazing. Y por si no la han escuchado, tiene una voz increíble, right, Liz?
Oh my God, so
La gloria sea para Dios.
Sí, así que pueden escuchar los servicios también de la Iglesia de Fraternidad Cristiana en vivo, están ahí en Facebook y ahí van a ver nuestra miembro de Pulso, Kyra, que está allí en el equipo de alabanza. Yay. Y pues atrás de las cámaras está Liz. Y estoy yo ahí orando por cada uno de ellas. Ok, entonces tenemos varios temas esta noche. We have different, I guess, topics and subtopics for tonight. So one of the first ones we wanted to touch base with is la edad que ustedes están en la etapa de los 20s, la 20 era. Y en esa etapa, muchos de jóvenes a esa edad pues están en la universidad, ¿no? O se están preparando para tal vez en el futuro ir a la universidad o tal vez pues simplemente están trabajando y que también está bien. Entonces, ustedes, porque sé que las dos están en la universidad ahorita, entonces, primeramente, si pueden decir que su profesión que ustedes están tratando de terminar y de ahí empezamos.
So I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
I am in healthcare. It's what I love to do. So I've been in a bunch of different like job fields, and healthcare is one that stuck with me a lot.
Yeah.
Like the medical things and terminology and things like that, I just get like it just sticks with me. So in college, I'm going for Health Information Management System, so HIMSS for short.
Oh, okay.
So it's very administrative side of healthcare, which is like the paperwork and the back end, I guess, pretty much of healthcare, which is what I really like and look forward to doing and finishing college for that. Yeah.
So that major, is it more of like you're doing policies or is it?
Yes. It's a variety of things, really. It's more, I would say, administrative. So it's just like different things that you can go into healthcare for. So like medical billing, medical coding, things like that people wouldn't think would be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
That sort of thing. Yeah.
This is something new that I'm learning. I didn't know that there was a major like that. So.
Yeah, it's I know there's so many healthcare things out there that you wouldn't like imagine. Like you think doctors, nurses, things like that, and they're just like the back end people that you would never think are part of healthcare.
It's definitely a major that's needed because it's like you have all these healthcare workers doing their more of like being with the patient, but then you also have the backbone, which is your department, where it's like if that's not getting completed, then it doesn't go on with like billing, and so it's pretty important.
Yeah, very
Props to you,
important.
Liz.
Yes. I'm like, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah,
I feel
it's hard.
crazy.
It's a challenge.
I'm like, when you said codes, I'm like, oh no, numbers. I hate numbers.
I know. I really look forward to that, like that topic and like my college degree. Like I look forward to that class.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's gonna be hard, I know for sure. Everybody tells me that, but I'm excited.
You can do it. So then that major, is it like a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree? What is it?
At Metro, it's a 2-year degree. For in my situation, because I'm working full time as well, and I'm married, so I'm paying it out of pocket as of right now.
Okay.
It'll take a little bit longer, but yeah, I'm however long it takes.
It's okay.
I'm in there.
You'll get there.
Yes.
We were kind of talking earlier of one of the guys was asking me how long is your major usually, and I started laughing because it's 4 years and a half, but it took me 11 years. Me tardé 11 años para terminar mi carrera, pero en realidad pues la carrera que yo escogí son 4 años y medio. Entonces, como Liz estás diciendo, tal vez me voy a tardar un poco. It's okay. Cada quien tiene un proceso muy diferente, pero lo importante es llegar a la meta y lo vas a llegar.
Yeah, for sure.
Y tú, Kyra, ¿qué carrera estás ahorita trabajando?
Ahorita estoy trabajando de maestra. Pues estoy en la escuela para ser maestra. I am studying to be a teacher. I want to be an early childhood teacher. So that is pre-K to 3rd grade. Ideally, I would love to teach 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Probably not the littles like pre-K because they're a little too small for me, but anywhere from 1st to 3rd grade.
1st to 3rd grade?
And I'm also a para at a school right now. So soy ayudante de maestra.
So you're getting your experience already there. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Is there a certain subject you would like to teach? Because I know there's like science, math.
Yeah, you get certified to teach everything. So for me, I really like reading. So it'd be that or grammar.
Or grammar?
Oh. I found a new love for grammar in 3rd grade. Being a para, for sure.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's awesome. And do you have a favorite hobby?
Like at school? Like where?
School, outside of school, anything that you like to do?
Well, I like to sing, write. Yeah. I really like YouTube. I love watching YouTube.
Oh,
That's
really?
like my guilty pleasure. If I'm not doing anything else. I'm not really like a Netflix type of girl or like...
You're not really? No? It's okay.
Yeah. I can't get into shows. But YouTube videos, yeah. That's something that I dabble in.
I feel like in YouTube you can find anything. If you don't know how to cook, go to YouTube. Yeah. If you don't, I actually used a lot of YouTube when I was in college. I'm like, how do I study for this? I would learn a veces, aprendía más de YouTube que de mis profesores. But it's okay. And gracias a YouTube.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to YouTube.
Not sponsored.
I know, not sponsored. So being in college, I guess, are there any struggles that you guys have dealt with cuando se trata de la universidad? ¿Hay algo que han batallado ustedes para llegar a donde han llegado ahorita, ¿verdad? Estando ya en la universidad? Porque a veces personas que batallan mucho simplemente para que los acepten a la universidad, o es un proceso estando en este país. Yo creo que es muy diferente a otros países, como por ejemplo con mi esposo. Me estaba diciendo, como antes, que cuando él estaba en la universidad hablaba mucho de pues la carrera dura estos años, o el precio de la clase era más o menos este precio, y a mí me dio risa porque esos precios en este país yo nunca he escuchado de esos precios. Yo creo que nunca los vamos a encontrar acá en Estados Unidos. Y entonces son simplemente ahí pues partes que para ir a la universidad a veces no es muy fácil para entrar. Hay otras personas que pueden recibir mucha ayuda. So cada quien es diferente. But are there any struggles that you guys have dealt with to get to college, or where you guys are right now in college, I guess?
Okay. I can start if you want, since you've been going. Okay, for me, as soon as I graduated from high school, I went straight to college. So I at first was going to go to UNO, but I was accepted into the school, but I wasn't accepted into the education program.
Oh,
and I've said it before for a worship night with Serge, that I wasn't accepted into the education program because you needed to have like a certain GPA, and I wasn't meeting that because I guess in high school I wasn't college ready. Like with my ACT scores and whatnot, a little foreshadowing moment, I'm doing perfectly fine now. Okay? God said I'm okay, and I'm college ready now. So I went to Metro, and then really weird, I started getting honors. I graduated with honors with my associates, so all glory to God for that because I wasn't college ready. And then I reapplied into the College of Education, and then I got accepted into it now.
Wow. Okay.
That's awesome.
Is there anything different you did that now when you look back that you said, well, now, I graduated with honors versus, at the beginning? Was there anything you did differently or?
I guess I started trying harder in college because high school, it's just easy to get by. And college, you actually have to try because that's your career that you're building. So you actually have to put in the effort. And yeah, you just got to put in the effort. And I feel like I wasn't motivated in high school. And that's also a struggle in college, is staying motivated, especially once you get all the homework assignments stacking up.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep motivation up.
Yeah, especially since you guys are pretty active outside of school and outside of work. So time management, definitely. How about you, Liz?
So my story, I guess, is a little weird. I mean, I think a lot of people go through this where straight out of high school too, I applied to college.
Yeah.
I took I think 2 or 3 classes because I was I'm going to be a full-time student at Metro, which is where I went. And for that first quarter, college is a whole different thing from high school. Like Kyra said, it's you have to put the effort to be in college. And that was something that I wasn't prepared for. So I slacked off and I was you know what, I don't need to do college because I also didn't know what I wanted to do at the time. So I was I don't need college. So I dropped out. And then I was wait, you know what?
College dropout.
Yeah, I was college dropout. And I was which is not a bad thing. There's so many people that get successful without college.
And how long were you, sorry to interrupt, but how long were you outside of college? Was it a 1-year gap or was it?
Oh, it was, well, that's the thing. I dropped out and then I was wait, I shouldn't have dropped out. So I went to school back again. And same thing. I was this is not for me. Why did I do this again? So I dropped out again.
Oh, wow.
And so then after that, I think it was 2 or 3 times that I did that. And then I was you know what? I'm just going to take a break. Let me decide what I want to do first. Because college is a lot of money. And I was going through it with FAFSA. So they were giving me, the government was giving me money. So I didn't have to pay anything. And then once I dropped out those 2 times, they were okay, well, you can't be trusted to be in college. Are you going to do it or not?
Basically, that's what they tell you, yeah.
Yeah, so I was they were okay, well, this quarter, now you have to pay out of pocket. And then I was well, I don't want to do that. So I was never mind. So then
you're never mind.
I was just kidding. It was a whole thing. But yeah, so it was I think it was 2 or 3 years maybe that I wasn't in school.
Oh, wow.
And then I was okay, for sure, medical field.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. And I worked in, I guess, administrative side. I was working at the front desk where I work now, actually. And they were kind of giving me, I guess, I was able to shadow people that I would have done. If the HIMSS program, that's what they're doing.
Okay.
So I was able to shadow them. And I was okay, yeah, that's for sure what I want to do. So then I was okay, let me now save a little bit of money because I know I have to pay out of pocket now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'm 1 quarter in. Almost
there.
I have 1 week left and I've been doing so good. I keep telling the girls, giving them updates.
Yeah.
That I'm for my English class, which was the hardest class, I think. Every week I have an essay due, 2, 3, 4 pages.
Yeah, I don't miss that.
No, it's hard, but I have 100% in that class.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I've been getting straight.
It's your forte.
Yes. I was okay, now for sure, I'm motivated.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm married now, so the money that I have to pay for it, I'm it can't be a waste. So yeah.
Yeah, you're basically como estabas diciéndoles, es como una inversión que uno está haciendo aquí en la universidad. Uno tiene que estar bien seguro que esa es la carrera que uno va a escoger, porque muchas de las veces como que la sociedad hace que uno, ya estando en high school, uno ya tiene que saber, como me acuerdo como cuando yo tenía como 14, 15 años, la high school te hace hacer exámenes y te dicen, ¿dónde vas a estar ya más o menos? Y uno de 15 años, ¿qué vas a ver a esa edad todavía? ¿Qué es la especialidad que yo voy a tener que tener? Como que uno se estresa un poco. Y hay personas como tú estás haciéndoles, yo todavía no estaba muy segura, entonces me salí. Entonces es muy importante, yo pienso, que uno sepa en realidad qué es la carrera que uno va a escoger, porque estamos hablando de una carrera que vas a tener esa motivación para querer terminar esa carrera y para querer hacer esa carrera por un buen tiempo, pues es para toda la vida, ¿no? Que es algo que te motive y que tú llegues a tu trabajo y digas cada día, esto es lo que me gusta. Claro, no va a haber un trabajo, una especialidad o carrera que va a ser perfecta, porque siempre hay negativo y positivo en algo, ¿verdad? Pero qué bien por ti que finalmente pudiste realizar esa área donde tú dijiste, esto es lo que a mí me gusta y voy a seguirla adelante. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Algunos como any pros or cons, I guess, that you guys are having to deal with right now in college?
I would say pros, it's very rewarding. Like I said, like for me to see that I have 100% in a class that I kept dropping out of.
Yeah.
I think it's very rewarding to see, like, you know, you're doing this, like you're capable of doing it, which I doubted myself for the longest time. I was like, you know, I'm not a college person. It's not for me. Even though in high school I loved school. I loved like doing homework and things. With people think I'm weird for that. I get it. It's fine. It's weird to be but I like to learn. Like to me, like I like learning new things and things like that. So I think it's very rewarding. I mean, just expanding your education, things like that.
Maybe you'll go for our doctorate.
Well,
Since
you
you like
never
to learn.
Yeah.
I'm like, for someone to
hope
say,
so.
hey, I like to learn, it's like, maybe you should go for your doctorate.
I know. I'm thinking, I mean, right now I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, let me just get through this.
And do this first goal and go from there.
Yeah. But it's like a goal of mine to like graduate. I know people are like, it's community college, but like it's such
still
a
a big
huge
deal.
It's still a huge deal. Even
it
like
is.
the
It's the
graduation,
same.
I'm just like, I can't wait to like graduate and like invite my parents and
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. I'm
Something
very
you should be
excited for
proud
that.
of. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Yes.
How about you, Kyra? Any pros or cons?
For pros, like Liz was saying, it's very rewarding. And like for me, I hold a lot of pride in what I'm doing, because for me as a teacher, I'm going to be teaching the future
Yeah.
Yes.
of the country.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? The next generation. As for cons, like Liz having to pay, I'm fortunate enough that I got a scholarship to pay for my school.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do have to pay out of pocket, so it gets a little pricey, but I mean, fortunate enough to have to get school paid for.
Yeah.
So that's just a con. And then homework, of course.
Homework.
Yeah.
It's never ending.
Yeah, it's never ending. It just piles up, and
Yes.
you feel like
It's
you're drowning
hard.
sometimes, but very
Yeah.
rewarding at the end of the day.
It is.
Yeah,
Every
definitely.
tear, every sacrifice, it's all worth it.
Them late
Yep.
nights.
Them late
Yeah.
nights.
Had one last night.
Oh, man. How about time management? I want to talk a little bit about time management, because I feel like when you're in high school, you have your homework, pero como que, well, I don't know, that's how I was, pero I would do my homework and then I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm good now. Como que no le echaba muchas ganas at my homework assignments, because like, oh, it's high school, it's fine. Or in my high school back then, they would give us like opportunities where if you didn't do good, oh, just redo it. Or, oh, just redo your test. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then college came and it's like, oh my gosh, this is a reality check. This is time management. You don't have your mamá o tu papá diciendo, hey, ya hiciste tu tarea, o tienes tarea, o, you know. So tenías como que tú solita tener tu time management, I guess. How have you guys been dealing with them?
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, especially for us since we're so involved in other things. I mean, we have relationships,
Yeah.
church and stuff. I have a pretty busy schedule. I go from school to then like 1 hour break from school, which is like 25 minutes away from my house. Go eat at my house, change, go to work. Once I get out of work, I go back to school, and I don't get out until 7:45. Then I'm starting to go to the gym now. I went last week, actually, fun fact.
Oh, wow.
So now I got to involve that,
Yay.
incorporate it into my schedule, and then go home, shower, eat, and then do homework.
And then do homework. So,
So-
basically, I guess your homework time starts what, like at 9 or 10?
It starts like at 9 or 10, yeah.
Oh,
so then you
man.
have late nights, but
Kyra doesn't sleep.
I don't
Oh,
sleep.
it's okay.
I'm running on Red Bulls. Sorry, Mom.
Oh my
I'm running on Red
goodness.
Bulls.
We're going to talk about
And
Red Bulls
coffee.
after the podcast. I'm not fond of that.
No, yeah, it's just you have to set aside time, or else you're gonna fail.
Yeah. So do you guys have like a planner, or do you guys do it more of like your techie phones?
I use my iPad.
Oh, your iPad.
Yeah,
me
I
too.
write on my notes, like, this is what I need to get done. And it feels good to just, like, cross it off once it's done. Or, like, Canvas, that's where they have all the assignments now.
Oh,
And then it'll disappear. So it'll be like, you have 2 now. And then it'll disappear, and then it'll be like, you have 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard, time management, especially like you said, being involved in church. Like, yeah, I feel like me too. I have to like write down, like I do my own little to-do list, and sometimes
Same.
I'll do it at work.
Oh,
I'll be like,
man.
this is what I have to do after I get off work. Like, I'm gonna like obviously cook, me and my husband are gonna eat, and then I have to wash clothes or something like
Yeah.
that, and now I have to do homework, and like obviously sometimes I don't do homework until like super late, which is really bad. But I mean, it's hard, like I said. I mean, I had that long break, so like getting back into
a
like the
routine.
rhythm and
Yeah.
routine, yeah, it's hard. And then I mean, with everything that we're involved in, and Surge takes a lot of time too, which I love Surge. I love it so much. It's so fun to like hang out with the kids too. But yeah,
It's just a lot.
it's a lot.
A lot.
But
But it looks like you guys kind of have like a system.
yeah, for sure.
Yep, getting into a routine.
We
Yeah,
know what days we have things, and
Yep,
yeah,
it's engraved in our brains now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
That's helpful. Because I know, like, with Canvas, when I was in college, it wasn't too long ago, guys. When you were telling me, like, yeah, it tells you, it was like a little animal, and then it would just, like, do a little happy dance. And I'd
Yes,
be
when
like,
you would
"Yes."
submit it.
Yeah,
and then
I
it's
love
so
that
good.
feeling.
And then
Yeah.
It feels
you know
so
what
good.
I would do? I would, like, get up and do the dance, too. I'm like, yes, one
that's
more,
so cute.
one more assignment down.
That's
But-
adorable. I love when like you submit and it does little confetti.
Yes.
I'm like, I love
Have you guys
that.
gone the one with the pizza?
No, I haven't.
Which one is that one?
It just
And
shoots
maybe
pizza.
I haven't paid
Oh,
attention.
man.
Pizza. I'm like, yes,
That's so
pizza.
funny.
One of my
Oh,
favorites.
man. Okay. So I guess now with time management, I mean, thanks for all that input you guys had on time management. So I guess when it comes to the younger generation nowadays, I guess what advice would you girls give to the ones that are wanting to go to college, or the ones that are still in college, that are going through the same process as you girls?
So I would say for those that are wanting to go into college, ask questions. Like ask if you're in high school, ask your advisors, counselors, teachers, parents, even like literally anyone. Reach
Other
out.
peers.
Yeah, people that you know, like for kids that are going to our church, like reach out to us who are in college.
Yeah, definitely.
Like we'll help. We'll
Find scholarships.
We'll find something for
Nice.
you. Like yeah, and then for those that are in college, like just keep going.
So in other
Like,
words,
try your best.
making connections.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big thing. I think for me starting off too, I called Metro and I was like asking them like a bunch of questions. I was like, I'm sorry, I have another question. I have another question. So yeah, asking questions.
Pero siempre lo que me decían en la escuela cuando estábamos en high school, siempre nos decían las maestras, nunca se sientan como que nos van a hacer una pregunta tonta. Don't ever feel like there's never a dumb question. And when you're in high school, como que you're in that phase de como que unos tienen mucha vergüenza, or you're, well, I guess I was more soft-spoken. I guess my husband's the total opposite. Pero siempre me tenía mucho miedo de hacer preguntas. Y now that I look back and you're saying, hey, like, yo recomiendo que los que quieren ir a la universidad, que pregunten y hagan preguntas. Es muy, muy necesario que hagan preguntas. No se queden callados. Si no lo entienden, pregunten otra vez. Que puede haber otra manera de cómo se les puede enseñar o explicar. But yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Kyra.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. And for anyone who's in college, not college, high school right now, or maybe you're thinking about it, don't feel pressured to go right away.
yeah.
Like Liz's story, it's a great example of there's college always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
College will
there.
always be there. School is for everyone. I have a person in my class who's like 50 years old.
Oh, wow, 50 años.
Yes.
Y ya de tener hijos.
Ya
y
tiene
trabaja.
hijos, tiene esposa y todavía está en la escuela.
Wow.
So,
No hay edad
school,
para
no.
universidad.
No. School is always going to be there. It's just we have to put in that effort. And if you're in college, make sure you're staying on top of things. Stay motivated. Put in the effort. Put in the work, because it's going to pay off at the end. So,
Yeah.
got to keep it up.
Yeah. It's so worth it.
Yep.
Love it. Love those advices. So now on to the next topic, since we are, by the time we're filming this, we're in the month of February. It's known of the month of love. El mes de amistad, de amor. Estamos ya en ese mes de febrero. Y bueno, no sé si en otros países, nunca le he preguntado a mi esposo, pero me imagino que allá en su país también han de celebrar un poco del Día del Amor. Y me dice que sí. Allá también. Entonces, en muchos países están festejando mucho este holiday o en honor de esos días. ¿Qué es el amor para ustedes? What is love for you guys, since we're in this month of love?
Ooh, I like that question. For me, el amor es Dios. Primeramente es Dios. My first love is always going to be God. And then second, I don't know, just like family, significant other over there, Tony. El novio.
Shout out to Tony.
Shout out Tony if you're watching this. And just building relationships with other people, building friendships, and spending time with one another. That's what I think love is.
Yeah. I think same with Kyra. I agree. God first. That's like number one love. For me, I learned about God not even like 5 years ago. So like learning that he was always there, that he always loved me. That's huge. But I agree. You're a significant other. I have my lovely husband behind the camera.
Shout out to your husband.
Shout out to my husband. Love you.
Alexis.
Even family and friends, like I love you guys.
Hearts.
Yes, hearts. My family and things like that. Just like having like a feeling that, you know, you're always going to be there for them and they're always going to be there for you, and just, I mean, I think that's love.
Yeah, definitely. Cuando se trata de como de amor, más o menos ya hicieron un resumen ustedes, pero ustedes dijeron que Dios es amor. Y creo que muchas de las veces se nos olvida que cuando se trata de Dios, el amor de Dios siempre está con nosotros todos los días, no nomás en el Día del Amor y Amistad que se festeja en muchas áreas del mundo, ¿verdad? Sino que cada día sentimos ese amor de Dios. Por ejemplo, si tenemos el privilegio de vivir otro amanecer, de tener una salud, ahorita en tantos tiempos donde hay muchas enfermedades, es donde vemos el amor de Dios hacia nosotros, que estamos bien, estamos vivos, tenemos a nuestras familias, tenemos ese amor de familia, y también pues ese amor, ¿verdad? Y amistades, porque en amistades también hay como amor, como dijiste tú, Liz, like, you know, I love you girls. Entonces hay muchas diferentes maneras de cómo está ahí esa palabra de amor. Dios es amor. Y me recuerda mucho el versículo de San Juan 3:16. John 3:16. I'm forgetting my numbers in English. que dice que porque de tal manera amó Dios al mundo, que dio a su Hijo unigénito. Y siempre que se acerca más ese Día de Amor y Amistad, a mucha gente se les olvida que también ahí va incluido el amor de Dios hacia nosotros cada día. Entonces es muy importante de acordarnos de eso. And I love how you guys mentioned it, you know, that love is God for you girls. So that's amazing. And are there, I guess, what are different ways that you guys have seen love being demonstrated? ¿Que han visto algunas maneras diferentes de cómo se han demostrado el amor? Por ejemplo, como en la generación de la juventud, muchos están rodeados de una interpretación diferente de qué es amor. Como por ejemplo, muchos ven mucho como en los videos musicales o en películas, enseñan mucho que el amor tal vez es el amor nomás entre lo íntimo, cuando es fuera del matrimonio, o el amor es que la traten súper mal, como en películas o cosas así. ¿Qué es algo que ustedes piensan de ese punto más o menos de la juventud cuando se trata de esa palabra de amor que ellos están viendo hoy en día?
I would say, I mean, yes, that can be love, but it's not. Like,
Everything. That's not
everything, and it's not the only thing. You know, there's like love from your parents, or like love from your friends, or like things like that, people just around you, that it's also important to have that like significant other and that type of love and things like that, but that's not be all end all
Right.
thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And there's other ways to love too, or for people to show you love. Kind of like the 5, what is it, the 5 love languages?
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that earlier, yeah.
Like, what is it?
Can you explain kind of what it is? Because so you girls were the first ones to tell me about that, and
I'm
I was
like,
what
did
are
we
you guys
write it?
talking
Did I
about?
write it down? I don't know.
I don't think I know that there's 5.
Yeah, so
I think
there's
that there's 5.
quality time, physical touch,
Yes.
gift
I have
giving,
it
words
here.
of affirmation, and then I don't know what the
Acts
last
of
one is.
service?
Acts of
Acts
service.
of service.
The 5, yeah.
So it's basically
So-
like a
So
questionnaire?
it's yes.
Yes,
So
you take
basically,
it.
you take like a test. Like it's like a bunch of questions of like what you prefer, like this and that sort of thing, and then like towards the end,
It'll give you your top 2.
it'll give you your top 2.
Yeah.
Or it'll give them
pull
like
it
in
up
order, like what your love language is.
Mine was words of affirmation and quality time.
Oh,
I think
nice.
mine was. I know for sure quality time, and I think physical touch.
Physical touch.
Yeah, I think those are my top 2.
Yeah, I'm pulling mine up right now because when you guys told me, I was like, what is that?
You're like, I have to take
Yeah.
this test right now.
it
And
like
it was
a
very
while ago.
interesting
Yeah.
because you don't think about that. Como cuando uno hace las preguntas, porque son muchas preguntas.
Yeah.
Y uno dice, ay, nunca pensé de esa manera de cómo se puede demostrar el amor, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, habían dicho que como para mí me salió quality time. Entonces, para mí es muy importante, yo creo que pues demostrar mi idioma de amor principalmente está que me den tiempo de calidad, que pongan en su tiempo para estar conmigo, con mi esposo o mi familia, ¿verdad? Y ya después era physical touch, que es el toque de físico. Y no simplemente tiene que ser en la intimidad, sino cuando se trata de familia, bueno, en nuestra cultura, como que los latinos hispanos acostumbramos mucho cuando uno se saluda, se da un abrazo.
Un abracito.
Especialmente para los elders, like, oh, hug, un abrazo. Y me gusta eso en nuestra cultura porque estuve leyendo un poco de las hormonas, about hormones, que cuando uno da el abrazo, eso sube la hormona, no sé cómo se dice en español, pero en inglés es your serotonin hormone, se va subiendo más y eso hace que uno se sienta feliz, que se sienta como calmado, que se sienta que así como que uno está bien confident, no sé cómo se dirá esa palabra en español, confident, que se sienta uno seguro mismo, o como que tenga autoestima, que se le suba un poco y decir estoy bien. Y eso es muy importante cuando se trata de un simple abrazo, porque muchas pastillas, like a lot of antidepressants, they are marketed to increase serotonin. So it's crazy how one hug can help your serotonin hormone, and that can make you feel better. So I don't know, I just feel like hugs. Have you guys seen those videos of TikTok? I like to watch a lot of TikTok.
I watch Instagram Reels.
Or Instagram.
Those
the
are
same
I know those
thing.
are my
It's the
TikToks.
same
I don't have
thing.
gigs on my phone for TikTok.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But they show those videos where like people just randomly show up in the streets and they have these big signs.
Yes.
Y están su anuncio nomás un hombre o una mujer en la calle y dice, si estás triste o estoy dando abrazos gratis. Y como la gente a veces se pone a llorar y se pone a decirle, o háblame de tu día, cómo estuvo tu día. Y simplemente eso para mí es como un acto de amor, ¿verdad? Porque no cualquier persona va a decir, te voy a dar un abrazo, ¿cómo fue tu día? Pero se me hizo eso increíble porque dije, eso es una forma de cómo demostrar el amor al prójimo, el amor que así debe de ser, porque si nosotros tenemos ese amor de Dios, tenemos que también compartir ese amor de Dios, sea eso chiquito, ¿verdad? Que un abrazo, muy importante el abrazo para muchas personas. But I don't know if you guys have seen those videos.
I have seen them. Yeah.
Or like where someone will be blindfolded. And then,
Oh, which
and
one
they'll
is
just
that
be
one?
Like, come. I think it might be the same guy. I feel like.
yeah, it's a guy, right?
Yeah, it's a guy. I mean, the ones that I've seen, it's like a guy, and he like is blindfolded, and he's like, if you're going through anything, like, I'm here, like, you can hug me, that sort of thing. And so like people would go, and he'd be like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, do you want to talk about it? And some people would be like, no, or like some people would be like, yeah, and then they'll start like crying and things like that. But like, yeah, it's so important to like be there for people. Like he's like a
Total
random
stranger.
guy, total stranger, and people
Wow.
are going up to him and hugging him just because they need that.
Yeah,
They need,
definitely.
Like, a simple hug.
Even like just being an extra ear to listen, so that
Yeah.
person can just I guess, what could be the word? Just to kind of tell them how their day was.
Yeah.
And kind of debrief themselves. But
Yeah,
I feel like that's another way to show love. It doesn't have to be just, intimacy. And
Yes.
a lot of young people think that it's that, or no se dan a respetar. And so I'm like, that's so sad to see how a lot of the younger generation, they misinterpret that word love.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Pero. Talking about onto the relationships, since we're here in that topic of that as well, what are some green flags that you, I guess, ladies have looked for in friendships or in significant others?
I think a huge green flag between like friends is like someone that is just always there and able to like talk, like even if like just like if you're feeling stressed or something like that, like someone that you're like, hey, like let's just hang out, or like let's just sit together and like literally like we'll be like on our phones or something, like let's just be in each other's presence sort of thing. I feel like me and my sisters were like such close friends, like me and my older sister and my 1 year younger sister, even my youngest sister, like they're my best friends. So I'm just like, hey, like what are you doing? And I'll just go over and she'll just like, my older sister, she lives with her husband and her 2 kids, and I'll just be like, hey, like can I go over? And I'll just like go in, I'll just sit there, I'll be on my phone and she'll be there. Like just the company of people, I think that's I think that would be a big thing.
That's a
Green
big
flag.
one. That's a
Yeah.
big green flag.
Just being able to be around the person.
Just feeling comfortable. Someone who makes you feel comfortable. Someone who listens, and you have to do the same for them too. It can't just be one-sided. You have to be there. You have to show up for them too.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like one of my New Year's resolutions goals for this year was to like build more like friendships, not just relationship, but like friendships with people. And like with the people who I know right now, it's just like get them know them on a deeper level. So I think that kind of plays into it a little bit too, getting to know people on a deeper level.
Definitely. Yeah. How about when it comes to, I guess back to what we were talking a little bit earlier, back to setting boundaries. I guess when it comes to like friendships or significant others, any boundaries, I guess, that you guys want to talk about when it comes to that subtopic?
You have to give some time to yourself too. It
Yeah.
can't be all about your friends, about your significant other.
For
You have to learn how to be your own person outside of those friendships, outside of those relationships. And if it's toxic, stop it right away.
Yeah.
Friendships, relationships.
Or like talk about it. Like there's so many, I feel like a lot of people are like in toxic relationships and stuff with like simple things that they're like just talk about it and like change your ways, I guess change your habits sort of thing.
Have you heard of, since you said that people like when it comes to toxic relationships, I guess what would be examples? Like, do you guys have know of anyone going through a toxic relationship, or I guess what?
I feel like I've seen it on social media, not much like I know like firsthand of somebody in a toxic relationship.
Yeah. I mean, same with Kyra. I feel like I've seen it a lot online. Like people are like with the TikTok again, with like a lot of people are posting things on TikTok and just like about like their relationship and things like that. Like in certain situations when we're like, reevaluate, take some time for yourself.
Yeah.
Self-care. So self-care, you guys said. What are different ways that you guys do self-care, or that you guys, I guess, recommend for ones that are needing to? Because I feel like en ahorita, en muchos de las veces, uno se enfoca mucho en ayudar a los demás, ¿verdad? Más porque uno dice, uno tiene que ser buena persona, tengo que demostrar el amor de Dios, tengo que, pues, personas muy ocupadas como ustedes. Entonces, ¿cómo ustedes tratan de cuidarse de uno mismo? Porque a veces se nos olvida hacer eso. Like, we think of helping everyone else, and then the last person we think about is ourselves, because it's happened to me a lot. So what are any examples of self-care?
Okay, I can go first. So Liz and I were actually talking about this outside. So I was like, what do I do for self-care? Because I feel like I don't like do a lot, but she pointed out that I do my nails. So been doing my nails, like do my hair. So I get my hair done. And
You always have your hair so beautiful.
oh, thanks. I need to do my roots. I need to do
Yeah, I
my
was
roots. So
like,
look at those.
oh, Kyra's hairstyle.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Just little
shopping.
things like that. Yeah, shopping.
Yeah.
I love to shop, online shopping, going to TJ, Starbucks, and then like now it's like physical health. Like now I have to think about what I eat, and I have to think about like going to the gym and taking care of my body. And mental health. You know, I need to give myself a break here and there. So I take Saturdays as like my free day. Or I guess my free days too are going to church, because I feel like when I go there, I forget about homework. I forget about my stress. I forget about like what's going on in my life, and I just focus on God. And it's such an inviting and comfortable environment to just be at church.
So you basically leave like
I leave everywhere.
like your baggage. Like, this is
burden.
me, Lord, and this is my burden, and it's right now it's just about me and you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I think of self-care. Being with God.
I mean, those are great tips.
And reading the Bible.
And reading the Bible.
Yes, for sure. I mean,
What do you
like,
do, Liz?
Like Kyra said, we were talking about it. She's like, I don't know what I do. I'm like, girl, you get your nails done.
You don't think about it, right? You're
You
like,
really don't.
you probably think of like, I have to do this specific thing, but it's little things that you don't notice. Yeah.
But while you're there, it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the nail tech.
Shout out Jenny.
Jenny. Yes. Definitely getting nails done. Now I'm trying to be better at budgeting and things, so I can't really get my nails done. But I like
adulting, Liz.
Yes, I've been adulting. But before I did like buy my own like nail kits and stuff, so I've been doing my own nails at home. So like practicing, and I've been doing my family's nails, like my sisters and my
Do you
mom.
do like the acrylic or gel?
No, I do gel or dip for fun. So there's no pictures out there because it's just for fun, guys.
I've seen them though. They look good. So that's all that matters.
But yeah, definitely that. I think just like driving around, listening to music, hanging out with my family and friends, game nights, hanging out with my husband over there. Yes, I think those are like, even though I'm with like someone else, like I feel like it's self-care because like
It helps you
like
de-stress.
stress-free. Yeah. So definitely those types of things. Yeah, I mean, just like you said too, Sundays I think for me are like a huge like relaxed day. Like I love going to church and like worshiping, and even when I'm like on cameras and stuff, like it doesn't feel like I'm like
You're doing
working.
your job,
I feel like I'm just like I love doing it. It's like my way of worship.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I love it. And then I love being on camera too, the one closer to the stage.
Camera
I'm like,
too. You're like,
can
I'm
feel
like right
it
in
too.
front
She
of
can feel la
I
atmósfera.
can feel it. I'm like over here feeling like
Siente la presencia.
yes.
I feel like the closer you get to
The better.
The
the beating
to the altar.
to the altar. Oh man, you can feel it.
It's so different. It's such a different like atmosphere up there than it is back there, and that's what the pastor was saying like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He said, don't sit in the back.
Yeah, don't sit in the back, because I mean it's so true. Like
You get so distracted, no? Como when you sit in the back of the church, you're like,
and
someone's
that,
walking
like,
by, or
yeah, and that like you're watching other people sometimes too. When I first started like going to church, I'd like watch other people worship, and now I'm just like, okay, like I'm gonna worship,
yeah, definitely.
sort of thing. So
It's a time for you and God, not
Yes.
to be looking at other people
Sundays
worship
are
God.
Sundays in church, great self-care.
Definitely.
Sure.
I think that's very important to. I love how you guys have said that self-care is being in church and just worshiping, y estar ahí en ese momento de intimidad pues con Dios, ¿verdad? De recibir la palabra y recibir ese aliento que nosotros necesitamos, porque a veces entre semana estamos muy ocupados, como ustedes tienen muchas cosas que están pasando en su vida cada día, en su trabajo, su escuela, y es muy importante recordar que también uno tiene que cuidarse por uno mismo, que puede ser que con buscar la presencia de Dios eso te va a ayudar a no estar tan estresada. Es muy importante eso, y como ustedes estaban diciendo, cuando uno está como más cerca en el altar, como que uno se siente más la presencia, porque me acuerdo cuando hicimos el primer servicio de jóvenes adultos de Pulse, y me tocó estar allá para orar para las ofrendas. Oh man, yo sentía que mi cuerpo estaba pero on fire.
Yeah.
No podía ni hablar porque estaba tan fuerte la presencia. Dije, wow. Entonces, por eso yo siempre trato de sentarme más enfrente.
Yeah.
Porque siento que atrás se distrae un poco más, pero ay no,
Very true.
increíble.
I need to get a spot up.
No, yeah. If you're at church, make sure you go up to the
And
front.
sit in the front.
Leave
Yeah,
the
I
back
feel
seats
like-
for the people who come later.
And I
That's
feel
what
like
the pastor
people, they
said.
like
Yeah.
fight for the back seats.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
really?
It shouldn't be that. No,
Yeah,
people do.
actually.
Oh, no.
They'll set aside their stuff.
That's like the first place people go to, I feel like. Is the back.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like si alguien se sienta donde más o menos yo me siento, me pongo triste. Ay, no, ahí es donde me
I
gusta sentarme
know.
enfrente. Voy a poner a little reserved side.
Dalia.
Reservado
Dalia
para Dalia. Por si llegan a ver un anuncio ahí en la silla. I know, but yeah, so I guess in conclusion for this podcast, any advice, any last minute advice, ya para finalizar este podcast, un tip que ya para el final que ustedes quieren darle para los jóvenes adultos, se puede tratar de cualquier cosa, de cualquier consejo ya para terminar este podcast que quieran hablar.
Well, any young adult out there, if you are looking for a young adult group, make sure you come and join us for Pulse.
Pulse Nation.
Pulse Nation, we're the best nation out there.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, we're such a tight-knit group, and we'd love to have you guys. And, you know, you're always welcome at our church as well, Frater. We have services on Fridays and on Sundays, and we'd love to have you. And if you're in college, keep going. You're going to get that degree.
Yeah.
And don't forget to seek the Lord.
Yes, absolutely. I second what Kyra said, every last thing. Pulse, absolutely love it. Like she said, it's such a close-knit family. I feel like we're more than friends. We're like a family at this point. And like everybody's there for each other. We always hang out. Like almost every Sunday we're together.
We got to eat.
Yeah, we go out to eat. We hang out. We have game nights and things like that. We watch movies together. So definitely any young adult out there that's wanting to find some other young adults who love God. We all love God and we're always there. We're always available. Reach out to us.
Yeah, definitely.
We've been tagged in many Pulse
Yes,
posts, so reach out to
on
us.
social media.
Yes, and yeah, same thing. I mean, self-love, take care of yourself, and push forward. Whatever you're going through, reach out. We're here.
Yes, love it. Yeah, so to finalize this podcast, thank you for coming. I know you guys were very nervous.
Thanks for the invite.
No se notaba que estaban nerviosas. Pero para la próxima tendremos más different topics. And thanks for coming, para estar aquí en esta noche, porque ya somos que ya es las 9:30 de la noche.
That's crazy.
Así que me imagino que ustedes tienen que hacer homework and probably even have dinner.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, homework, late night.
So thanks for coming, and ya para invitar a todos los que vieron este podcast, como ellas dijeron, existe el grupo para jóvenes adultos en la iglesia, se llama Pulse, or we go, I guess, by Pulse Nation, pero estamos en Facebook, en Instagram, Pulse Omaha. Los esperamos para el Congreso Juvenil que vamos a tener. Yes, we're excited. Será para jóvenes adultos, pero también pues cualquier edad puede llegar, ¿verdad? Y para marzo 3, 4 y 5 tenemos un invitado desde Texas, así que estamos muy emocionados para ese Congreso Juvenil de Reset 2023.
Los esperamos.
Los esperamos. Yes. So, all right, well, thanks for watching this podcast, and you guys have a good night. Y nos vemos para la próxima vez.
Bye.